Where do I begin telling about my experience with the bodybuilding show? As I shared early on, the intent behind my pursuit in that bodybuilding arena was simply to practice the learning that I had taken on during a bodybuilding course that I took as a CEU to keep up my personal training certificate. I am a firm believer in, if you are going to preach or teach something, then you should practice it. And I think there's a lot to obtain from a practice, because you can have a lot of knowledge on the outside of something and still not fully understand it until you walk through it. I believe that that's kind of what we see with the example of Jesus. God was outside of the world, and he was from a perspective of an other world, and he within himself chose to step in and join humanity in their experience. And I think that when I came to recognize the truth of that and the depth involved in that is when it began to change me greatly as an individual. And had it not been for that realization, I never would have been able to walk through all of what I did in preparation for that bodybuilding show. It was definitely one of the more challenging and difficult things that I've ever had to pursue and walk through. And I am so grateful for everything that I learned through the process. I gained more self-discipline, patience, perseverance, endurance, and I think just a great respect, even more so, for Jesus and all that he went through here on this earth and in his life. Granted, what I experienced was not even a drop in the bucket of what he did. As I walked all of the 12,000 steps that I had to for as many of the weeks, months, whatever that I was in pursuit, all I could think about was Jesus during his ministry and how the majority of it was traveling, and not traveling like we know in vehicles, but rather walking on foot from town to town, sharing a message of love and hope with people that really needed it. And how great that message must have been for those who witnessed the great lengths in which he was willing to go in order to spread that message. I'm sure he went hungry at times on the road, because we see him talk about don't take any bags or food or whatever with you. Just basically he calls us to go, and the provisions will be made along the way, right? So he walked that out. He believed that, and it served him well up until we as humanity decided there's no way that something can be this good. Something this good must be destroyed, right? But that's just our negative, disgusting nature that says that. There are good things and they're worth obtaining. It's just a matter of, first of all, looking at yourself face to face in a mirror and asking yourself hard questions like, why do I continue to act in the same behaviors and mannerisms that I've always acted and behaved in when I feel miserable and like my life is just a spinning wheel? And sit with those questions long enough to find the answer, or at least feel the pain that those questions bring, because processing who you are and then looking to him as an example of who you should be, as your true author and perfecter of whatever your faith is, that is the greatest riches that you could ever draw from. There is no resource like the Creator himself. I am a very resourceful person. That is one thing that I have come to recognize about myself. I make do with what I've got. And I am not saying that to brag in any way. It's just, that is a part of who I am. For example, in this bodybuilding prep, to make the money to be able to go through all of it, I bought a one of the competition suits online, thinking I would use it. I was trying to save money, so I purchased an unused suit that somebody had bought that was the wrong size, and I was going to wear that, but then it ended up being a little too big for me. I thankfully was able to resell that, make some money, as well as one more suit, do the same thing, kind of flipped the competition suits, and that paid for my own custom suit. And then, when it comes to the money to pay for the competition, because each class is $110 that you have to purchase into, thankfully, I, over time, have gotten a good bit of women who enjoy and come to my exercise classes, and those things help me pay for the competition, and I'm so thankful for that. And as far as like my hair goes, I was able to highlight my own hair. I used those little pull-through caps and got that done so that my hair kind of stood out against my tan, and that's, I've made my own exercise equipment here at home because I don't have a gym membership. I can't afford one. And like, we're feeding 4 kids here at home. So it's a matter of, if you want something bad enough and you don't focus on your limitations, if you look at what you have around you and how you can utilize those things, then it will serve you greatly. I think oftentimes we've been taught to think about what we don't have, and I don't know if that's marketing or if that's just like the cultural mindset that we have. I don't know what that is, but it's not right. And it doesn't help anything. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve God. It's focusing on the wrong thing. And I would just like to say that if you ever want to try to pursue some of the fruits that come from consistently showing up in intentional movement, in exercise, fitness, in your eating, whatever it is, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am here to share whatever knowledge that I can with you. I know that the road can be long and it can be hard, and we oftentimes start down it and then turn back because somewhere along the way we trip and maybe skin our knee, so to speak. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Life is not easy. It never has been. And it doesn't matter which road you choose. It's not going to be easy. It's just a matter of deciding to focus on something that you can value in regards to it will grow you. If you can choose a target out there and you know that to get to that target, it's going to grow you, then do it. Just set your mind to it and do it. And just to wrap this up, because I know some people have asked and I am going to share, I somehow amazingly got 2 first place, a second place, and a third place. So in each of the classes that I signed up for, I was able to obtain a place, and that was such an amazing, overwhelming realization when it happened. So if I can bear testimony to anything, it's that you are worth putting in the work for, and you are capable of anything you set your mind to. It's just a matter of taking one small step at a time. And ask for help when you need it. Be vulnerable. Open yourself up to others and be honest with yourself in the process. And reach into your relationship with Jesus, because He wants to be there. He wants to be seen by you. He wants to know you. And knowing Him can change your very being deep down. And I think that's all that I have to say. I appreciate if you listened to all of this. I hope to continue to share more in the coming days. I am planning on doing another show on August 26th. And if you guys will be prayerfully considering along with me, I have got to figure out a way to pay for all of this because it is very expensive. I would like to do that show in August and then go back to a very long training cycle to work my way towards a national qualifying, like an IFBB Pro, like a bigger show, and start working in that direction. And you don't make money when you win these shows, not until you're at the professional level, and it's a bit of a long road to get there. So at least at this point, kind of beginning to set my sights in that direction. I am also just trying to faithfully listen to the voice that is gentle and try to be mindful as I walk along this road to not get distracted with those things that often in the world can distract us. I know that if this is the road that I'm meant to walk, the provisions will be there. So if you'll just pray with me on that, and if you have any good ideas, by all means, shoot them my way, because your girl is not so good at marketing, advertising, any of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for listening.